Course 1 Module 1 Humber Real Estate Summary. Lesson 1 Regulatory Environment. RIBA, Real Estate and Business Brokers Act, provides a framework for the responsive regulation of the real estate profession to protect consumers and ensure the integrity of real estate transactions is upheld. In Ontario, Ministry of Government and Consumer Services is responsible for RIBA. RECO, Real Estate Council of Ontario. Purpose: RECO's roles and responsibilities are there to ensure the regulation of the trading in real estate, builds and sustains public trust in the real estate marketplace. RECO registers brokerages and individual brokers salesperson to trade, and that they adhere to the standards throughout Ontario. Mission: supporting a fair, safe and informed real estate market for consumers in Ontario through effective and innovative regulation of the services offered. RECO administers RIBA on behalf of the provincial government. Code of Ethics is one of the regulations under RIBA that sets requirements for acceptable conduct by a brokerage, broker, and salesperson when conducting business. It sets minimum standards to help ensure no misunderstanding or ambiguity exists in the minds of sellers and buyers about what they should expect when interacting with a real estate professional. Fundamental objective: protect sellers and buyers by outlining professional and ethical standards to be upheld during all real estate activities. Examples of obligations under this code: fairness and honesty, conscientious and competent service, service from others. Definitions. Registrant. Registrant refers to any individual or brokerage that is registered to trade in real estate. All brokerages, brokers and salespersons registered under RIBA. Trade: disposition, acquisition, transaction in real estate by sale, purchase, agreement for purchase, sale, exchange, option, lease, rental. Lease: contract between landlord lessor and tenant lessee for the occupation or use of the landlord's property by the tenant for a specified time. Brokerage. Brokerage is a corporation, partnership, or sole proprietorship that trades in real estate on behalf of others for compensation or rewards, or expectation. All brokers and salesperson are employees of the brokerage. Sole proprietorship. Business owned by one person who operates individually or with the assistance of employees. Owns all assets and is responsible for debts, profits and liable for loss. Broker. Individual who had prescribed the qualifications to be registered as a broker under RIBA and who is employed by a brokerage to trade in real estate. Salesperson. Individual with the prescribed qualifications to be registered as a salesperson under RIBA and who is employed by a brokerage to trade in real estate. Listing agreement. Any agreement between the seller client and the brokerage to sell that person's real estate. Broker of record. Brokerages are required to have a broker of record. Individual is a broker who is designated by the brokerage to ensure compliance with RIBA. If brokerage is a corporation partnership, a broker of record can be any broker employed by the brokerage. If it's sole proprietorship, the broker of record must be the sole proprietor owner. Broker of record is responsible for all activities of the brokerage management. Ensures compliance and practices high standards. RIBA requires a broker of record to be actively involved in the day-to-day operations of the brokerage. Offers support, guidance, and advice. All brokers and sales representatives are to be provided active supervision, management, and support. Lesson 2. Education and registration requirements. Registration requirements. Must be 18 years of age and be a resident of Canada when you apply for registration. Step 1. Complete the registration education requirements. Step 2. Register with RECO once employed by a brokerage. Step 3. Purchase insurance coverage through the RECO insurance program. Document requirements: 1. Completed application form with fees. 2. Criminal record check. 3. Canadian work permit, if required. Timings. Once you are registered, you have to complete post-registration education requirements within your initial 2 years registration cycle. You have 12 months from passing the curriculum theory exam for the pre-registration education phase of the real estate education program to find employment with a brokerage and apply for registration with RECO. Once you have received the initial salesperson registration, you have 24 months to complete the post-registration education program. Personal circumstances that can affect registration with RICO. Criminal charges and convictions. Bankruptcy. RICO's insurance program provides coverage for consumer deposit protection, errors and omissions, and commission protection. Dates and timings. Registration with RICO is renewed every 2 years. Annual premiums are due in mid-August of each year. Policy period starts on September 1st. Lesson 3. Skills used by a salesperson. Developing your skills is important to stay relevant and reliable when providing services. Types of skills include interpersonal skills, confidence and persistence, self-discipline, people skills, mathematics skills, organizing and planning. Lesson 4. Salesperson's role, tasks, and activities. Seller's market. More demand and supply. Buyers outnumber available properties. Number of buyers who want to purchase a property exceeds the supply. Market is characterized by properties that sell quickly, rising prices, many buyers looking, and a minimal inventory available for sale. Buyer's market. More supply than demand. Available properties outnumber buyers looking to purchase. More listings available, so listing period can be extended. Fewer buyers could result in prices falling. Buyers may take a longer time to purchase a property to ensure they have found the right property. Balanced market. Supply and demand are equal. The number of listings is sufficient for the number of buyers. Properties sell within a reasonable period of time. Offers include terms and conditions readily acceptable by all parties. Sale prices are generally stabilized. Types of estate: residential resale, new home sales, residential condominium, rural, recreational and agricultural sales, commercial and leasing. Zoning definitions. Zoning laws. Parts of lands are divided into categories to different restrictions on use and development. Zoning bylaws defines zones: residential, commercial, retail, school. For various types of uses and sets selected standards for erecting buildings. Factors that can impact a salesperson earnings. Market conditions. Time of year. The type of market. Impact of residential real estate versus impact of commercial real estate on a salesperson's schedule. Residential real estate. Sellers and buyers may not be concerned about the time and day when they contact you. Sellers and buyers making inquiries will allow for a minimal amount of time for you to respond. Irregular working hours. Commercial real estate. Schedule dictated by commercial sellers and buyers. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Restricted to business days. Requires more knowledge, skills, and education. Activities of a salesperson in residential resale properties. Representing the seller. Marketing the property, prospecting, searching. Preparing the property to be shown. Qualifying buyers and showing the property. Preparing an offer. Presenting an offer. Follow up after an offer has been accepted. Lesson 5. Commission and budgeting. Commission is the amount of money the brokerage received as payment for the services provided in a transaction. Commission is paid once the transaction is completed. Residential transactions can take several weeks, months after an agreement has been reached between a seller and a buyer before the brokerage is paid the commission earned. Commercial transaction time period can be extended to several months or years between listing the property, obtaining the offer, and completing the transaction. Initial and ongoing expenses. Initial expenses. Application review fee. Salesperson registration fee. RICO insurance program premium. Startup costs such as website, signs, cards, softwares. Ongoing expenses. Education and professional development. Registration renewal every 2 years. Common commission sharing methods. Yearly plan with increasing percentage share to the salesperson as higher levels of production are achieved. Annual percentage based on a higher share being paid to the salesperson, but the brokerage gets a larger contribution towards specified expenses. Annual percentage based on a higher share being paid to the salesperson, but the brokerage will require a monthly desk fee, paid whether or not there is commission each month. Course 1 Module 1 Humber Real Estate Summary. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.